I tried to send it to you, Chloe, but it doesn't work.
We need to work on just the technology from Willy Wonka, where the chocolate goes through the sound and airwaves to. Oh my goodness, that looks. Hold it up to the camera again. I need to see this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Seasons of Serverless. I am coming at you from a bowl of matzo ball soup. We, of course, are celebrating all of the festive, delicious foods around the world of the season. And today, I am joined by some friends in France. So, Christopher, tell us all about what we're doing today. What is this tasty treat for the Seasons of Serverless?
Hi, Chloe. Hi, everyone. Yeah, in France and maybe in a lot of other places, we have a tradition of having on the table some huge box of chocolates. And it's a little game with all the family members to try to grab all your best chocolate, your preferred chocolate, before anyone, your uncle, cousin, etc., grab it before you. So I wanted to solve this challenge, even if during this time we may be spending our holiday season apart. So I asked two Microsoft students, Abdelmoumene and Christophe, to help me solve this delicate issue. Hi, Abdelmoumene. Hi, Christophe.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm a fourth-year student at CESI, which is a French engineering school, and I learn computer science. So I've been coding for 8 years now, and also I don't do only coding in my life. I'm also a musician, so I play the drums and the piano a little bit.
Oh my gosh, we're going to start a delicious chocolate-themed band. I sing, so we got this.
So I'm Boumadane Abdelmoumene. I'm studying data science in the French University of Paris-Saclay, and I love coding and sharing and volunteering. That's why I'm part of the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program. We had a lot of kids to learn how to code through Hour of Codes, through challenges and workshops, and organizing the Imagine Cup back when it was done on different places around the world. So yeah, that's me, and I'm also musical. I play classical guitar, and
oh my
we
gosh.
can make a band.
We're gonna start a band. Christopher, do you play any music?
In fact, yes. I'm doing a bit of electro, a bit of keyboard, so we can definitely start a band.
Okay, we'll figure out our band name by the end of this stream. Maybe like Christopher in the chocolate box or something. Workshop it. Well, I just went to go get my own box of chocolates to share with y'all, but it turns out that I've eaten all of them because hashtag funny. But I do this tradition with my family as well. All of my aunts and uncles and grandma, we all try to get the most delicious. I get the Bordeaux's from See's Candy, but when we were kids, we wouldn't want the ones with the nuts or any fruit in them. My taste palette has changed, of course, but this is a very, very useful tool.
Yeah.
So I assume that there's a bunch of different flavors and ingredients, as there has been with all of these Seasons of Serverless projects. This one probably has a little bit more sugar in it, but is one of these ingredients perhaps Azure, Christopher?
Yeah, I hope so. My idea is to find a solution, to put a solution to Azure, so every family members can connect to an app or website and pick up their favorite chocolates, and finding a way by using some Azure awesomeness to ensure that, because we still have a limited amount of chocolates, so I don't know, if I pick the almond chocolate and there is only 2 of them, then when I've picked it, it should only say that there is still 1 chocolate. And when another family member take the last chocolate, then it's gone and nobody else in the family can take this chocolate. So I hope Abdelmoumene and Christophe find a way to solve this critical issue.
Yes, I have a feature request though, because I don't trust my family members to not eat the chocolates that I've eaten. So I think we need to implement some machine learning of the images to just have a security camera on these chocolates at all times. Maybe some Azure IoT hub, because Aunt Patty, I don't trust you. Aunt Maureen, I see you, and I know you're going to eat it anyway. So a feature request for next year. So this is probably our chocolatiest project out of Seasons of Serverless. We've had ladoos, we've had kebabs, we've had turkey, we've had all kinds of savory dishes, but this is a sugary, chocolatey treat. Now, what did we use to make this? What were the different technologies that you ended up using?
So we used the awesomeness of Azure. We used the Azure functions, which are basically a way to compute in a serverless way. So you don't have to worry about the servers. You just put your function, which is coded on C#, JavaScript or Python, on any other language, many other languages. So you don't have to worry about the server. And we use the extension of it, which is the durable functions that helps you to have states of your functions, and also to orchestrate between different functions. So it helps you build complex functions, but in an easy way. And this project, we use the durable entities, which helps you keep track of entities on you, even if
when you're dealing with chocolate.
Yeah, to keep state of chocolate, and also to keep the state of who take the chocolate, so nobody takes more than he has to take. So that's the idea of the challenge. And we also use the durable clients to call the entities that we used in this challenge.
I love that every project so far for Seasons of Serverless, I've seen either a data set or heard of an entity, or we've created something like kebab DevOps, and now we're dealing with our data is essentially chocolate, which is the best kind of data. I'm so here for it.
Yeah, we have different types of chocolates. We have macadamia chocolate, praline, croissant, white chocolate, raspberry. It looks delicious. I don't know. It's it really looks delicious.
I think it's a requirement when you complete this Seasons of Serverless challenge to get a box of chocolates to help fuel your creative energy. We'll give that pro tip to people. Yeah. I love Azure Functions. I use Azure Functions for everything. I use Azure Functions for making phone calls to people. I make Azure Functions for all the things. So now I'm going to have to add some food in my Azure Functions, because this sounds fun. So what parts of a durable function make it different than, let's say, a normal Azure function?
The thing that makes an Azure durable function different from a standard Azure function is that when you call an Azure function, you don't have this notion of state. It's stateless, so you can't record anything except if you have, let's say, a database that you can call from your function. But with Azure durable functions, you can, first of all, call multiple functions while keeping a state between them. And you have also this extension called durable entities that records entities in the storage that you don't have to worry about. You don't have to deploy it. You just say, I want to save this, retrieve this, and that's it.
Okay, I have another feature request. I think for anybody out there completing Seasons of Serverless, a challenge to add a state in the durable function to allow if you like the chocolate or didn't like the chocolate. Then we can vote on the chocolate. Y'all, I'm feeling very hungry. I want some chocolate. It's only 9 a.m., but let's look at the code first before I run down to the local Walgreens and buy out all of their Seas candy.
Okay, so we have two important parts in this project. We have the functions which we're gonna take a look at after, and we have what I call the models. So we have both entities, the party and the player. We have all the chocolates, and we have a leaderboard which which shows for a party what chocolates did the people in this party take. So just a quick look at our party. It's just a list of players, And actually, we have the ID of a player, not the player in itself. And we have a dictionary of chocolates, which corresponds to the box, the initial box of chocolates. So we're gonna say, okay, this chocolate exists in like two entities. I want to say like we have two of this one, etc. When we start the party, we have all the chocolates we sell there. We have 5 chocolates of each, and then when we create the party, we just add all the players, and when we pick a chocolate, we just reduce the number of the chocolate we just picked. So that was for the party. Now for the player, we have a name, which is the ID we've talked about in the party. We also have an inventory of chocolates, which now corresponds to the chocolates the user has picked. And so when we create a player, we just set the name, and when we pick a chocolate, we check if the user already has this chocolate. If not, we just say, okay, now he has one. And if he already had a chocolate, we just say, okay, the previous number plus 1. So okay. Now the leaderboard is just the name of the party with the list of the players, but now we use the objects, and we're gonna see after when we try the function that we have the players with their chocolates that appear in the response. And so that's it for the models. And now the functions. So we have 3 functions, one for creating the party, one for picking a chocolate, and where is the last one? It's the one for showing the leaderboard. So it's really simple. So I'm just gonna go with the first one, the creation of the party.
So you win if you eat the most chocolates, right?
Yeah.
This is a game that I can win.
Yeah, I don't know if you... Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, and maybe just to add, these functions are all durable functions, durable clients, and they're calling the entities through signals. So that's what makes the functions so great. So you can call the functions of the entities like really in a really easy way.
So what you're saying, Abdelmoumene, is basically this function. If I already know how to create an Azure HTTP function, it's basically almost this, but I have just one new thing I need to add, which is this durable client, and boom, I can manipulate entities, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what we can see here. So basically, when I created the function at first, I just used the HTTP trigger templates, and I just had to add the durable entity client property, which was automatically injected in the function by Azure Functions.
You can build anything with Azure Functions. I just love, I sprinkle Azure Function in every project I do, like seasoning. I'm like, put an Azure Function here, put an Azure Function there, make it durable.
Yeah. So this function is really simple. We just we parse the body of the request. Then we create all the players, and for each player we just check if the player doesn't already exist, because we don't want someone to get into 2 families. Otherwise, he's just gonna have lots of chocolates, and that's bad, I guess. Then we create the party. It's the same. We just check that the party doesn't already exist, and well, the party is created. Let me close that.
I have 2 features that I'm going to add when I do this challenge. One is I'm going to check the serving size on the box to limit myself, to make sure I don't that I don't overdose on chocolate. And 2, I'm really serious about this IoT, maybe like an alarm, like a siren I can send to all of my relatives. And if they cheat, it'll go off for like 3 minutes. I think you're being too nice. You're assuming too much good intent here. People are going to eat this chocolate.
It is good that you mentioned this, because except if you directly pick the chocolates in the actual box, you cannot cheat, because we did so that you, like, for, let's say there are 10 chocolates and there are 2 players. One player cannot take more than 5 chocolates, otherwise he's just gonna eat the whole box, and that's not a good thing.
It's not the point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we wouldn't want any cheaters to eat all the chocolate. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you? No. I obviously love looking at code, but love looking at code that has any sort of variables of pick chocolate or functions of pick chocolate, create party, start leaderboard. You know it's going to be a party when your functions have these kind of names.
Okay, so the next function is the pick chocolate. It looks like the previous one because it's really basic code here. So we just parse again the body to get all the info we want from the request. Then we get the party, we check if it exists, because we're not gonna not gonna pick a chocolate from a box that doesn't exist. That doesn't make sense. We get the player that wants to pick the chocolate. We check if he exists too, and then we do the checks, like if there is still the chocolate the player wants to pick, and if the player doesn't have too much chocolates already, because that's cheating and that's bad. We said it.
Yeah.
And then we just call the pick chocolate function on both entities through our durable client we've mentioned before with the signal entity method. And then we just said the chocolate has been picked.
It would be such a dream if anytime you called party.chocolate, it was true. It says if party.chocolate's at the bottom, if party.chocolate's chocolate, the dream would be anytime if party.chocolate, always a chocolate party happening in my mind.
That's the signal entity is the most, like, it's the easy part on the durable functions, so we can easily call the entity functions, the durable entities from this function in a really easy way. Just the name of the function, the ID, and the parameters, and it's done. That's the cool feature about it.
So you could technically have different entities that are ate all the chocolates, totally cheated in the game, booted from the game, never allowed to eat a chocolate again. Too much chocolate. It just makes it so much more lightweight and easy to work with durable functions. Like, you're not having to build out this like entire huge backend just to send this information. I love how easy this is.
Okay, so now the last function, show leaderboard. It's again really simple. We just get the party, check if it exists. From our party, we're just gonna get we are gonna try to retrieve all the players in this party. So for each player in the party, we're gonna again get the player from our durable client calling read entity state. Sorry, we just check if it exists, but there is no reason this player doesn't exist. But we just checking in just in case. Then we add the player to our list of players. We make a leaderboard with it, and we just return the leaderboard.
I love it. A delicious leaderboard. The most exciting leaderboard to be the top of, because that means you've gotten all the
have a lot of chocolate.
Yeah.
We have. I'm gonna use my Postman. You can see I've deployed my functions really easily because I've posted my code on GitHub. Then I've used the CI/CD functionalities features of Azure functions to just deploy really easily my functions. So we have our 3 methods here, or 3 functions. Sorry. The first one is to create a party. So we're gonna create a party. So let's say Seasons of Serverless. Let's call that Serverless. And we're gonna have Chloe, Christopher.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time typing right now. My God. Okay. Abdelmoumene and myself.
I got
So-
chocolate.
Okay, so now we just send the request, wait for the function to boot up, and
This is the part in Willy Wonka where the chocolate bar is going through the airwaves and going to the other side.
Yeah.
The magic.
So you can see our party has been created. If we go directly to the leaderboard part, so we're gonna take the name of our party, put it there. Oh, I said put it there. So wait, the result is somewhere there. Yeah, it's there. So you can see we have our party with our 4 players that currently have no chocolates, which is normal. And I'm gonna take whatever chocolate is in this list. White ganache. Who wants one white ganache? Who wants one? I guess Chloe wants one, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So let's say Chloe is gonna get a white ganache. And that the chocolate has been picked.
Magic.
Check the leaderboards. You're at the top with 1 white ganache.
I love this. I think we need to rethink, Christopher, we got to pivot from working at Microsoft and we'll just open, instead of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, we'll just do like Christopher and the Azure function.
I would love that.
We'll just open a chocolate party mansion that people have to get golden tickets to come and see. This is so cool. I love this. Should I feel bad that y'all don't have chocolate? Should we add another chocolate for someone?
Let's do that.
I think Abdelmoumene and Christophe, you can treat yourself with at least 1 chocolate for all the gold you want.
Christopher, are you avoiding sugar?
I have them here on my office, on my
Okay.
desk, so
Oh,
I'm not cheating. It's my own box.
Okay, what do you want, Abdelmoumene?
I'll take the first one.
So macadamia. Macadamia.
Looks
Okay.
like a nice choice.
Oh, we're gonna see if it's delicious. It must be.
The Azure function actually, especially because the Azure function is durable, it just adds that extra taste to the chocolate where you're like, ooh, this chocolate, that hint of Azure, delicious.
And I think I'm gonna go with the milk and almond chocolate. But because I'm doing the demo, I do whatever I want, so I'm gonna take 2 chocolates. And now I am at the
Leader.
top.
Oh, you took the 2 ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is so awesome. I am so excited to see all the different ways that people create solutions for this. And since this is all open source, maybe people can even do this with Christmas cookies or, oh my gosh, there's so many different ways that this could be repurposed into, you could do Hanukkah lights, you can do all kinds of creative things with what y'all have built. So I'm so excited to see the solutions from all of the folks out there. Y'all, thank you so much for coming and talking to me today about this project. I am definitely gonna go get some chocolate for breakfast. And I will be calling you if I have any issues with my relatives stealing this chocolate. Maybe I'll make a pull request or 2 to add these features to make sure no one's cheating. So, from all of us, from the Seasons of Serverless Challenge, happy chocolate eating, and thanks for joining us, y'all. We'll see
Thank
you
you.
next week for the
Thank
next
you.
challenge.
Happy chocolate.
Thank you.
right.